Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to try to do something like a podcast style type of review because I don't have the right equipment and cameras and stuff, so recording my voice might be the only thing I can do right. So let's start. I'm going to talk first about Polaris and Jaden. In my previous video, I mentioned that I wasn't a fan of the method they used to debut the girls, like solos first and then all grouped together. And I'm not a fan because I know for a fact those kind of promotion can divide the fandom, if you know what I mean. Like, you know what I mean. I'm a blank. I know. So I was afraid it was going to end up like that with many separate groups in the fandom. And also about Jaden, I saw from the previous video that he has a history, like not really good history. He worked with Lovelace and Ladies Code, but the concept were always the same, like unknown underground dogs getting bigger or something like that. And he wanted to apply the same thing on Loona's, and I didn't really like it because it doesn't feel original. Like you need to try new things. It doesn't make sense always doing the same thing and thinking is gonna be different this time. So for the debut, they borrowed lots of money, and that was like a red flag. You don't borrow money, you cannot afford to pay back. So when it was time to pay back, there wasn't enough money because the debut didn't generate enough money. So they were like in hot waters, and therefore also the girls. And that's really frustrating because the girls are trapped. They cannot voice their own opinion because it's just a project to the agency to make money. It wasn't really something personal from their dad or their parents, if you know what I mean. So they were trapped, so I can understand that they couldn't do anything. So, but when they did participate to Mix 9, I was a little bit like, I'm not sure. But it's very useful for exposure for the group. Like exposure, because if you're just debuted and nobody knows you, it doesn't matter how big is your ego pride or your agency ego and pride. You should work on exposure, exposing your group to gain more fans and popularity. So in the end, I was glad they participate, even though Mix 9 didn't go through. We know all how it ended up. So I was glad anyway because it helped them with the solos and subunits. And I could see that they had more success with the solos and subunits than with the group, because the solos were like more, the agency paid more attention, it looks like, to the solos than to the group concept overall, because when they debuted, the concept wasn't the same as they promised it would be in the beginning. It was a dark concept in the beginning, like kind of mysterious. And then when they debuted, it was all cheery, twice thingy that I'm really not a fan of. And I was like, what is this? And I could see also the fan were like kind of disappointed. They wanted to go to the radio friendly songs, and they had lots of they disappear lots of time, also because of the agency troubles with money, and also because they couldn't generate enough money, so they were like in hot I don't know how to say this, they were like didn't know what to do. So I was really impressed with the dedication of the fans, with this Stan Loona thing going around everywhere. I saw it. I wasn't blind. I saw it, and they did also physical parade for Loona. That's something you won't see regularly. So I was really impressed. And I think the agency understood by then what was at stake. It wasn't just their money, it was also the promises they kept with the fans. It wasn't right to say something, we're going to do this and do this and do that, and then you just disappear because you don't have the money. You have to keep your promise. The fans are there, they're going to support you. It doesn't matter if you don't generate enough money. Just don't borrow money you cannot afford, okay? So, following that, they did a dance cover of NTCU, if I'm correct. I don't really follow them. It was SM group, and as predicted, they gained exposure, and new fans joined. Like, who are these girls are dancing? It's amazing. Oh my God, I'm loving them and stuff. And when you do this kind of stuff, it is predictable of the agency of that group to notice you as well. And Lisaman noticed them, and it was like, yeah, we can work together. I don't mind, because he saw the amount of views and recognition both group generated from this cover, and it was like, I can profit from it. It's a win-win situation, and small agencies should always do that at the beginning. I mean, when there really no one, you should do dance covers, singing covers and stuff, even fake it, kiss ass, doesn't matter. The important thing is to expose your group. So they did that, and they finally had a chance to come back with So What. So although I didn't like most of the song, I was, after learning what they've been through, I was like, oh my God, finally. It was like experiencing what Ladies Code have been through yet again. Like, everything was like so dark, so desperate, so like, I don't know, depressing. And then they had a chance to come back, and I was really happy for them. And for the future, I would tell to do more dance covers, because that's what seems to attract more people. And maybe not exaggerate with the music videos. That's an advice for the agency. Like, for the money, don't spend it all if you cannot pay your staff and employees and the artists. Don't do that. It's not cool. And I have a question. Do they write their own songs, or is it more like twice situation where the agency just give them the song handed? And I would like also them to produce more songs like Butterfly and 369, if that's the right title. I don't remember. Please let me know down in the comment section, and thank you for listening.